Live from the eye of the storm, Anchorage, Alaska is the site for this clash of SFL Western Conference foes. The hometown Alaska Storm will play host to the Las Vegas Fury in a clash of playoff hopeful teams. One of these teams already in the playoffs, the Alaska Storm, holding firm at the #1 playoff seed, while the Las Vegas Fury holding at number 10 currently, hoping to improve their playoff standings as we get a look at the rosters here today. My name is Eric Vinson, play-by-play commentator alongside Marc Lopez here for this playoff clash. What's going on today, Marc?
Hey everyone, and thanks Eric for having me. I'm good, and boy, these two teams, Las Vegas, looking to secure a playoff spot for themselves, but they are up against Alaska, the perfect team of this season, of this league. And once again, Las Vegas, another team getting into the testing grounds, seeing if they can be the first to spoil Alaska's perfect season.
Sioux Falls already with a victory. That improves their playoff chances. Vancouver winning on Friday. That improves their hopes. Alaska can fall no further than 2 in the final standings. But as we mentioned, Vegas coming into this week, the number 10 seed, they're hoping to get a victory here today against the hometown Storm. We're ready to go. Let's go. Fielded from the end zone, and they will just take a knee. That's Max Jackson, the return man. And we will start things off with the Vegas Fury offense led by 3rd overall pick Thomas Rahman. What do we expect to see out of the Fury offense today, Marc?
Well, we expect what, all they've been doing this season is playing efficiently, scoring efficiently, 5th in points per game despite being 18th in yards per game. That just shows you that they have been efficient in converting, every drive that they can get.
Redford with his first carry, and he's got a first down and more out to the 42-yard line. Great first play from scrimmage for the Vegas Fury offense as Redford makes it out to the 42.
An incredible play by Redford. Already this season, averaging 131 yards per game. We see right here, this guy is a beast, and all season everyone talks about him. If you give him space, he's just gonna run it. And he did pick up I think that was more than, 22 yards.
Highest paid player in the SFL, and for good reason. As we mentioned, Thomas Rahman under center. He's got an offset I formation to start things off with this next set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 42. Another handoff to Redford. Redford following blockers along the right-hand side once again, and he is very close to another first down out to the 49.
And this time, we see the teamwork of Las Vegas between the blockers that's supporting Redford, and Redford just patiently weaving through those blocks and picking up almost a first down. Yeah, this is what we're going to see. This is what I hope to see, is just them utilizing Redford and all their weapons efficiently.
Here we go. Redford going opposite side. First down and more, lowering his shoulder. He's off the races on the left-hand side. Is anyone going to catch him? 10-5, touchdown. Vegas Fury into the end zone to start things off. What a drive by Robert Redford.
What a drive indeed, and what a big start for Las Vegas. If they want to beat this team, this Alaska team, who has been known for their defense, and this is the kind of explosive start that they want to see. And Redford at the center of it all. This guy is trotting off his strengths and just picking up the first touchdown of the game. Good stuff, Eric. Good stuff.
And Marc, we mentioned it coming into this ball game. Alaska doesn't need this game whatsoever. The furthest they can fall in the playoff standings is 2. Vegas 100% needs this ball game. So they have come out on fire, obviously, to start things off. And Robert Redford getting every single play from scrimmage on that first drive that goes 80 yards for a touchdown. Matt Rage, the kicker here, he is going to add the extra point as it is up and through. So a 7-0 score to start things off, and we've barely gotten started. A minute 15 off the clock just like that, Marc, and 7-0. So Rage will kick it away to the Alaska Storm, fielded from inside the 10. That is Merrill, I believe, bringing it up to the 30-yard line. Actually, that's Jeff Como. And it will be a 1st and 10 for the Alaska Storm from the 30-yard line. What do we expect to see from the Alaska offense here, Mark? And I apologize, just some minor technical difficulties while I get Mark back here. First throw from scrimmage, it's an interception. Ron Cochran throws a pick going the other way. Anthony Wayo with the pick. And this is just the start that Las Vegas was looking for. I think I have Mark back. Mark, what do you think, man?
That was impressive. I was going to say that Alaska, the top or one of the top passing teams this season with a 77% completion rate from Ron Cochran. But Las Vegas, they are just showing that they're all in, all hands in, ready to take this game away from Alaska.
And just getting word from headquarters, Houston clinching a playoff spot today with a 35-27 victory over the New Orleans Pharaohs. So another update there to the playoff picture. Vegas hoping to update their playoff picture a bit more here as we get a first pass from Rahman, and that is incomplete, intended over the middle. That's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up here.
Yeah, and that looked like a simple play to an open man in the middle, but it's Alaska's defense. This is one of the top defense, 3rd in points allowed per game, 5th in passing yards per game. So they are quite impressive, and it shows right there.
Vegas coming into this game on a 4-game winning streak. Rahman is in trouble, and he goes down. Guess who? Big, sexy Alex Dominguez getting his 41st tackle for loss, and that one being a sack.
Right, indeed. This guy is probably the leading runner and defensive player of the year, and as you mentioned, this would have been his 41st tackle for loss, a career high for him. So good stuff, good defense.
Rahman has John Blades and Brett Funk to work with at receiving as he is going to pass it to one of them as he finds a man. That is John Blades as he steps out of bounds just shy of the first down marker. That is a heck of a spot there as they will be a 4th and inches coming up from the 29.
And, just little things going not the way of Las Vegas. John Blades missing first down, and one of their players getting injured away from the play, but looks like they're going to go for this, Eric.
Yeah, offense on the field right now. From the 29 of Alaska, Rahman giving out the hard count. Crowd on their feet here in Anchorage. I don't know if they're going to get the snap off, though, and Rahman will burn their first time out trying to get the Storm to jump off sides.
An interesting decision to not go for that play and just burn a timeout because in the backfield they have Redford, and as we mentioned, he's one of the premier running backs. A few inches is, I believe, very doable for him down the middle or to the side. So I wonder what they were thinking, letting go of that play.
We'll go through this Alaska defense real quick while the field goal attempt gets set up. Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll are the corners. Andrew Francis and DJ Majesty, both outside linebackers with Ryan Tobin at free safety. Matt Rage on to attempt a 46-yard field goal for the Fury. Good snap, kick is up and away and through. So we have a 10-0 ball game just like that. Not even 3 minutes off the clock as we get another look here, Mark.
Yeah, and a solid start for Las Vegas, up 10-0. I wouldn't still be surprised if Alaska just comes back into this with impeccable passing and wonderful, they've been playing lights out this season. They've been playing perfect. So it's going to be up to Las Vegas to stop anything that Alaska throws their way.
Rage with another kick downfield. Como fielding it inside his 10, running upfield and getting tackled at the 31 this time. Updated playoff picture sent to us from headquarters following the Houston victory, as well as the Sioux Falls victory. Sioux Falls moves into the number 6 seed. Houston moving into the number 5 seed. Vegas moving a spot up to the number 9 seed, but still very much on the brink as now New Orleans is on the outside looking in. But still plenty more football to be played in the last 2 weeks of the regular SFL season. Cochran changing things up at the line of scrimmage, already thrown one pick. This time it's a completion, and he will get 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, and it's just simple play like those where, oh, and we have an injury from one of their tight ends. Quite unfortunate. But it's lucky that it's not one of their star players, but still, it's not one of the things you want to see.
Trying to get a look here at what exactly happened to him. I'm not seeing anything glaring there, but hopefully it might just be some cramps and just gets back out on the field, gets some Gatorade, IV, whatever the heck it is, and gets himself back out on the field.
Probably didn't take his morning vitamins.
No, he didn't, clearly. 2nd and 5 from the 35. Cochran under center. He's going to hand it off right up the middle, and man, that Vegas defense was ready for it. Max Jackson in there on the stop for Jason Williams, who was the fullback, and oh God, he is injured. That is a heck of a loss there for the Storm if he is not able to come back.
That is indeed a terrible loss for them. Credit though to Las Vegas. I mean, this team is the 3rd rushing defense team in the league, only allowing 73 rushing yards per game. But boy, this is, you know, it is painful to see this, to see Alaska lose one of their key players. But for Las Vegas, they're probably jumping for joy inside the field.
Cochran's gonna throw, and he's gonna go down. That's Mike Fats Johnson getting in there. And a little fun after the play there as he shotguns the beer off the top of his head.
Yeah, and Las Vegas, they have just schemed well for this Alaska offense. Several plays in a row, several drives in a row, Eric. They just get key stops, key sacks, and tackles. Already the 2nd sack of Ron Cochran for this game.
We've seen Mike Fats Johnson and Max Jackson. Anthony Wayo had the pick earlier. Jack Burton, the other safety. Levant Irvine, the inside linebacker. Merrick Itera, the only corner for this Vegas Fury defense as the Alaska Storm punted away. Max Jackson fields it and will return it out to the 39. So Vegas in full control of this game, coming out guns blazing here to start things off here, Mark.
Indeed, and it looks like they are just ready to, you know, bring this game home. It is still the 1st quarter, and there are still lots of time for many things to happen. It is up to them to keep the momentum going.
Raman's going to throw, quick throw over to his left. He's got Blades, and Blades will get a good chunk of 6 as he steps out of bounds. Looks like Gerald Thomas was another injured Storm member. Lots of injuries here, but cramps, and he will return, it looks like, according to the injury report down there from the sideline, so that's definitely good news. Obviously waiting to hear back on the tight end, and more importantly, Jason Williams, the fullback there for the Storm. So 2nd and 4, Rahman to throw again. Rahman, pocket collapsing, throws it off his back foot, and he finds his tight end. Not past the 1st down marker, but he will be stopped just shy, right at the 49-yard line. 3rd down coming up.
And that was, you know, Eric, I was cringing a bit because he was almost brought down, but very impressive of him to just release that ball quickly, get the ball out of his hands and into the hands of his receiver. No less, so good stuff.
2 wideouts towards the top of the screen. Rahman going to throw it over the middle. Thought he had a man. That was Blades trying to make a sliding catch. Falls incomplete to the turf, and it'll be 4th and inches coming up. We'll see Dustin McRack for the first time.
Yeah, that was an interesting turnout of events. I didn't see much pressure coming out from the defensive line, but probably Rahman did, and that ball was, ended up being underthrown a bit.
Well, and of course you want to show good balance with this offense, but why wouldn't you just hand it to Robert Redford there to get the 1st down, especially when it's only about 6 inches to get past the 1st down marker?
Right, good question indeed, but it's just one of those moments where you go back to a sort of a missed opportunity. They're hoping, and you're right, if they gave it to Redford, maybe he would have made plays for himself and picked up an extra 6 inches or even yards, but it is what it is. They're going to have to live with their losses and go for another strong defensive play with Alaska's offense in the field.
So after that lack of a punt return there from the 15-yard line of Alaska, long way to go here for the Storm offense. Not much to speak of to start things off, but that can change in a hurry. If you've ever seen this team play, Optimus Klein, the intended receiver on that play, that is incomplete. Jason Julian, their tight end, is going to be out the rest of the game. Broken kneecap, the diagnosis there on the sideline.
Yeah, and looks like Alaska is just playing conservatively this game. You mentioned at the beginning of this game they don't need to win it, but playing conservatively, throwing to the receiver, running out routes, throwing short passes. We'll see if they have any intention actually of winning.
2nd and 10, 7 minutes frozen on the clock. Cochran going to throw again. He's got Optimus Klein this time as he kept his feet in bounds. That's going to be a gain of 5. 3rd and 5 coming up.
And if you're an Alaska fan, you are not used to seeing this because Ron Cochran, you know, this guy averaging 7.7 yards per attempt per game. You know, so small passes like those, small, you know, catches and receives is quite unusual for him, but it worked for that one.
Cochran another throw and another catch, but this Vegas defense stops him just shy of the first down marker. It'll be 4th and 2. Robert Merrill with his first catch today.
And as we mentioned, Robert Merrill, this guy has been playing really well this season as well, being one of the favorite targets of Ron Cochran. 5 receptions per game, 54 yards per game. So good stuff from him.
Another punt by Tutu. Good punt as Jackson fields it at his 40. He will bring it up the field and will be down at the 49-yard line. Still good field position here for Vegas. And this hot start was definitely what they needed in order to get the edge on this Alaska Storm team. Obviously undefeated this season and a very good ball team. You know, this is probably just what the doctor ordered as far as Vegas goes. 1st and 10 from the 49. I formation. Rahman in trouble, and he's going to go down. Big Sexy almost got him, but then another defensive lineman was able to clean him up, and that's a huge loss of 7 on the play. Thomas, the one in there that got him.
And that's a defense that we want to see from them. That might be the defense that might, you know, get things started for Alaska, because now faced with 2nd and 17, it's going to be tough for Las Vegas.
So a 2nd and 17 from the 42. Rahman to throw, quick fire over the middle of the field, and he's got his man. That's a good chunk of 6. It's still going to be 3rd and long coming up from the 48, though.
It's still going to be a challenge for Las Vegas to convert on this 3rd down. 11 yards. They have been averaging not the most amount of yards, as I mentioned earlier in this game. So we'll see what they do, how they accomplish this feat.
Rahman to throw. Throws deep towards the right, and that's batted down incomplete. Brian Davidson in coverage on Brett Funk. And that one falls harmlessly to the turf, so the Storm will get the ball back here.
Yeah, great defense right there. Care off your number 8 passing defense in the league. Alaska only allowing 248 pass yards per game. So if I'm Rahman, I would watch out for those secondary defenders, because boy oh boy is it tough throwing in the Alaska field, no less.
McRack with another punt. Fair catch called for by Como, and they will again be pinned back at the 15-yard line. Didn't work out so well for the Storm last time around, but we will see about this time as Cochran comes trotting out onto the field for his next possession.
And as we're talking about how Alaska doesn't need the win, the thing that they need, though, is things like staying on point, staying sharp, and definitely momentum going to the playoff season, or the playoffs. And anything really is beneficial for them moving forward.
Cochran to throw over the middle, and another interception. Max Jackson has some people in front of him, but he's going to get grabbed down at the 19-yard line. Great field position for the Vegas Fury as they get their 2nd interception of the ball game.
Wow, wow, Max Jackson reading that play like a book, beats the receiver to his spot, makes a great interception. You know, this team is playing great defense. They have limited Alaska to 0 points, and the second half is almost, I mean, the second quarter is almost done already.
Well, they're almost into the second quarter, almost done with the first quarter.
Oh my geez. Oh, okay, that's right. It is still the first
Time's
quarter,
been flying by, man.
That's right.
Raman's going to throw. He's going to throw over the middle. He's got his man. Touchdown, John Blades. What a start for this Vegas Fury team.
And just as his name goes, John Blades cutting through the defense like a sharp blade. Because if you see right here, yeah, that's right between two defenders, no less. And the defense was not quick enough to tackle behind, you know, and stop that touchdown.
Well, and he burned Evan Carroll off the line. Ryan Tobin just not quick enough to make the pick there. It was a very gutsy play, but a beautiful one, as Brett Funk says there in the chat. And Vegas hoping to jump out to a 17-point lead, pending this extra point here. Rage boots it up and through, so it is 17-0, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet. We got so caught up, we thought we were in a different quarter.
Exactly. And boy, time flies when there's so much points already on the board. Yeah, 17-0, but with so much time remaining, still lots of time for Alaska to do something of their own.
Absolutely. Plenty of time left on the clock. This Alaska team you cannot count out at all. So we will simply have to see what happens as Como will field another kickoff, this time inside his 5, and he will bring it out to the 28-yard line. What has to happen for them to get back on track here, Mark? It just seems like this offense just cannot find a groove.
Rather than not finding a groove, they are not going out of their way to look for one, if you know what I mean. They have just been playing low risk, making those high percentage completions for short yardage gains, but it has not worked out for them. And interceptions have been, 2 interceptions. They have to play more risks, I believe.
Jason Williams back in the ball game. This is Stanley Nordellis with his first grab out of the backfield. Actually, I take that back. Jason Williams is out with a fractured arm. I thought I saw him down there on the field. I guess I was mistaken, but that definitely is a significant injury, and we won't see him for the rest of the game. Second and 7 for the Storm from their 31. Cochran going to throw. He's going to check it down, and he's got another grab, but this time it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play, so back him up to the 29 for a 3rd and 9 coming up.
I don't want to sound too critical, but it almost looks like Alaska's making it too easy for Las Vegas to make these defensive stops. Just throw in short passes to an open man in the field who is easily closed out by the defender. I don't know what they have in mind to get back into this game.
Cochran, quick throw, got Optimus Klein over the middle of the field out to the 45-yard line, and that'll move the sticks for a first down.
Right, and Alaska doing what they do best is proving me wrong. Looks like they have something in the works to get back in this game.
Got to move the ball down the field. Just seems that every time Cochran tries to go deep, one of those dangerous safeties are back there. Anthony Wyo with a pick, Max Jackson with a pick, just in this first quarter of action. So definitely don't want to throw on those safeties as a little play action comes to pass here. Cochran throws it over the middle again, and he's got a man that'll extend the drive out to the 38-yard line. That's Como with the catch.
Actually, both teams playing well on that play. Las Vegas not being baited by the play action. Many men coming to cover for the pass, but still Alaska makes a big completion. Just good offense from them.
Trips towards the top of the screen. Cochran under center. Short drop. Short pass over the middle, and that's good for about 5 or 6. Out to the 32-yard line. That's Robert Merrill with another catch.
And Alaska is slowly picking up steam. Las Vegas, if you want to maintain your lead and come away with the win, You guys have to, maintain the strong defense that you've had for the last couple of drives.
Spygoat, your choice for sound reinforcement, one of our newest sponsors for the SFL. Another play action for Cochran. Got that toe drag swag on the sideline there, and a good catch for the Storm. That's, again, Optimus Klein, and another first down for Alaska.
And I believe that is already his 4th or 5th completion or reception this game. Optimus Klein averaging 9 receptions per game, already with 8 touchdowns this season. So he is, one of the players to look out for.
Hand off to Nordellis, hurdling through people, and finds his way out to the 18-yard line, where it'll be a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, Nordellis, not one of your star players, but still playing big on that drive. He was also one of the key players on their playoff run last season. So good to see him in this, in this game again.
MediaTek Institute, do what you love what you do. 17-0 here early on in Alaska. Minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. Cochran going to throw. He's got a first down and more. Out to, I believe that's Optimus Klein again. No, that's one of his tight ends. And that will be a first down out to the 13-yard line.
Alaska has found their groove that we say that they have been trouble finding. Because Las Vegas, they've just been leaking first downs. Now they're faced with less than 15 yards to the end zone.
Galliano, the recipient of that last catch. Another one there. That one to Como, and he gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Alaska.
And I think Alaska was just pulling a big. What's the phrase? I mean,
pulling a fast one? Pulling your leg?
Sure. Yeah, I guess they were pulling our leg, making us think that they were playing soft, they were playing conservative. But it's just one of those drives that is signature Alaska. Every single drive being a pass play, complemented by a sprinkle of, a 6-yard run play from their fullback or from the running back Nordellis in this one. But yeah, that was signature Alaska.
Brad Brechet, the only name we have not mentioned on this Alaska team. He is lined up for the extra point here to make it a 10-point ball game. Almost blocked, but he does make it up and through. So a 17-7 ball game now as we near the end of the first quarter.
Oh, it is still the first quarter.
I know, right? I mean, this has just been flying by, man, but so much stuff going on, and we just think it's so much later in the ball game.
Yeah, well, with 2 interceptions already, you'd think that this has been a much longer game. But again, I'm still interested in what Las Vegas has left in stock. They still have a comfortable 10-point lead. But again, they have to make the plays, keep their momentum, not let their feet off of the gas pedal, and if all things come together the right way, they might just come out with a win.
Max Jackson, a very dangerous return, man. Not able to make anything happen there. Just as good as a touchback as we come out to the 20-yard line. Offset I formation for Rahman and company. Rahman going to hand it off to Redford. We haven't seen him since the first drive, and he gets absolutely leveled by Big Sexy as he gets that should have been a 1-yard loss, but they'll mark him at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
And that play just looks like a battle of numbers. Alaska beating Las Vegas on that one. They just rotated almost all their linebackers to stop Redford on that play because they know Redford is a dangerous guy if left alone.
Rahman, short drop, quick throw as he's getting hit, and what a catch. Right in the middle of the field, that's John Blades. Ryan Davidson in coverage. Couldn't quite make the incompletion happen. And we will extend the drive here as we get another look.
Yeah, what a catch. What a pass as well as he was hit. We don't see it on this replay, but Rahman just letting go of the ball as he's going down. So that was overall great individual play from both the passer and receiver.
Finally, 1 quarter in the books. So much has happened. 17-7 your score. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. As we come back, switch sides of the field, live in Anchorage, Alaska. Eric Vinson, your play-by-play commentator, alongside Marc Lopez. Second to last week of the SFL regular season, if you can believe it, folks. Playoffs coming around. I can't wait. And Ramen is going to throw out to John Blades, wide open, and he gets almost 10 on that play as they'll mark him just shy, second and inches coming up.
And John Blades is looking to be the star player for Las Vegas this game. He has been playing well all season. 4 receptions, averaging only 4 receptions per game, 52 yards per game. But it looks like that this game might just be above his season average.
Ramen under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers on either side. He's going to throw and got a wide open Funk, able to get the foot in bounds and out to midfield for a first down.
And that play was just made with a little bit of finesse. No one was there to cover him. It looked like the Alaska defense playing a bit of coverage defense. He just allowed that one receiver, Brett Funk, to find his way to the open area. Pass was thrown to him. Easy completion.
Ramen another throw. Pressure coming. Big Sexy just blows right through the line. Gets his second sack of the ball game. 2nd and 14 coming up.
Second sack of the ball game. Puts him at 37 sacks this season. This guy is a beast. Big is an understatement for Big Sexy.
And Sam the man in the chat there saying Alaska D is trash today. I think Big Sexy might have seen that, man. Don't count out this Storm squad. Still plenty of time. 10-point ball game. Ramen going to throw deep pass, and he's got John Blades once again. That'll extend the drive out to the 30-yard line. The secondary is getting burned today. Absolutely.
And the rookie John Blades just earning his keep, making big play after big play. But a good defensive stop as well. That almost looked like a touchdown pass. And that little tackle just prevented that.
Second round pick, number 23, was John Blades. Ramen, the 3rd overall pick, throwing it out to one of his backups. Gash not able to make the reception as it falls harmlessly to the turf. And we'll bring up 2nd down.
That's going to bring down Tom Ramen's percentages a bit for this game, but he's already playing lights out, throwing several completions in a row. So, just keep your heads up. That's just one drop. Just keep playing as you always been.
Ramen to throw again. He's going to throw a short pass, and it's picked off. That was a dangerous throw, but I thought for certain that the tight end was going to come up with that. Instead, it is Andrew Francis making an interception here.
How? You don't always see a short pass intercepted because short passes are what they are. They're short. In a split second, they arrive in the receiver's hands. But I guess the defender just beat the receiver. So good defensive play right there, Eric.
Andrew Francis with a big play there for the Storm to give the ball back to his offense as Cochran's going to come out slinging the ball 7 yards on that catch there. And that out to Robert Merrill. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 coming up.
Who was it who said in chat that the Alaska defense was trash? That was not trash. That was, whew. I'm still thinking about it. And we're already in the Alaska offense.
Don't want to count this team out. Like I said, still plenty of time. Only the 2nd quarter. We'll see what happens here as we get a handoff. And it will get a couple yards out to the 35-yard line. That's one of the backups coming in there to fill in for Williams. That's Joshua Paul with the run. Levant Irvine with the stop.
Levant Irvine has been, his presence has been known in this team as well. In their last game, he had 6 total tackles and 3 pass deflections. So this guy's going to be a key defensive player against those Alaska passes.
Cochran going to sling it out. He's got first down yardage out to the 37-yard line. That was Paul again, really all he needed to get past the sticks. And it's going to be a first down from the 37.
Yeah, This game is turning out to be a great game, Eric. And as Lugnut6 in chat says, it is a very entertaining game.
Couldn't agree more, as we've got two backs in the backfield for Cochran. Cochran under center, he's going to hand it off. I think that's Paul once again with another handoff, but he does not go much of anywhere as LaVarn Irvine in there with another stop. Actually, might have been Nordellis with the carry. Couldn't quite make out the number. Either way, only a gain of maybe 6 inches.
Yeah, good defensive play overall on that one.
Cochran to throw this time. He's got a man towards his right. That's Como, and Como able to muscle his way through 2 defenders out past the first down marker, and that'll be a first down from the 47 there.
And the defense, they look like they wanted to overrun the line with pressure, but you know that Ron Cochran is just playing with top-tier composure, making a pass completion for another first down.
Boyka, the other corner on the opposite side of Itera. The Storm might try and exploit that side as Max Jackson was a little too slow coming down from his safety spot. So a first down for the Storm, as Cochran is hit as he's thrown, and it's almost intercepted. I thought for certain that LaVarn Irvine was just going to take that thing to the house.
That was a close one. LaVarn Irvine probably not doing his hot potato exercises enough. Letting go of that ball, but still, that was a good defense by the Las Vegas defensive line overall, just getting that big sack and completion.
A chilly 57 degrees up here in Anchorage as fall starts to sit in, and another interception! Just as we were talking badly about Boyka, he goes up and grabs a pick. Vegas going the other way.
Oh boy. This game is going to be a blemish on Ron Cochran's record. Because I'm telling you, Eric, Ron Cochran only averaging less than 2 ints a game. You know, he's a high-volume passer. And averaging less than 2 ints a game is impressive. This game, he already has 3. So this is all credit to the Las Vegas defense.
Well, and 3 all to the secondary there. 1 for Wyo, 1 for Jackson, and then that one to Boyka as Redford gets a handoff, and he will get stopped behind the line. Marked down at the 33-yard line, 2nd and 11 coming up.
Yeah, and good defense right there, just stopping Redford. Redford, one of the best offensive options for Las Vegas. He has been tearing it up this season with 131 yards per game. And, yeah, just want to stop him.
Ooh, man, and they stopped him there as well. Good grief. Big Sexy getting in there and causing a ruckus, which resulted in his defensive front there, able to drag him down. I think that was Lyon out there on the stop. Great play, Mark.
Yeah, great play indeed. And in fact, I think everything happened in the line. I think the offensive center of Las Vegas just got pancaked, which is why any hope of Redford having open space in the middle is gone.
So Rahman forced to throw here on 3rd and long. He's got his man past the first down marker. That's Brett Funk with a catch, and that'll extend the drive out to the 46.
Yeah, good on Tom Rahman making that pass despite pressure coming his way. And good on, was that John Blades making that catch?
That was
Brett
Funk
making that catch.
Yeah,
sliding catch. So good on converting the 3rd down.
Coming out with an I formation this time. Second quarter going by pretty quick here as Redford gets another handoff, shuffling through the line and out past the first down marker. Tobin coming up and laying the lumber, though, as Redford a little slow to get up, and that was a big hit there.
Yeah, that was a big hit, but Robert Redford still with the last laugh because he gets a first down for his team. What a run by... He just bursts with power and speed.
APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House for all of your live streaming needs. Be sure to check them out there at the bottom of the page. 5 minutes and counting left to go here. 1st and 10 for the Fury, who have been absolutely dominant today. Not so much on that handoff there as Dominguez, Big Sexy himself, knocks him down.
And Dominguez, we're gonna say his name all night tonight. But again, he's just showing that not only is he good on getting sacks, but just stopping the run play overall, he's your man.
Rahman's going to throw. Good protection. Throws it over the middle. Had a man. Just couldn't quite thread the needle. It falls to the turf. Incomplete. Third down coming up.
Oh, yeah. I guess his man was there, but the good coverage by the Alaska defense right there. 3 men coming in to cover that play. Even if the pass was completed, they would have come down with the tackle. But a little bit of an unfortunate turn of events for Las Vegas right there.
Trips towards the top of your screen. Redford in the backfield. Rahman under center. 3rd and 9. Rahman gonna throw to his left, and he's got a man. Couldn't quite keep his feet underneath him as he falls to the turf. Knight gets himself a 6-yard gain out to the 36, but it'll be 4th down coming up.
And are they going for a field goal?
Now, it looks like they're out of Rage's field goal range, so McRack will be the one punting the ball, seeing if they can pin him back deep. It's going to bounce near the 10-yard line. Good bounce, and it's going to fall to a stop right at the 1-yard line. Good play by the Fury special teams.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Pinning Alaska to the 1-yard line. If you wanna stop Alaska from scoring, just give them 99 yards to run through.
One Andrew Hamilton has popped up in the chat asking what's going on here. Well, this is SFL football, Andrew. Welcome in on the action. Handoff to the fullback. And he gets about 4 yards there. That was Paul. In case you're just joining us like Mr. Hamilton, Jason Williams, the star fullback for the Storm, knocked out of the ball game. He will not be returning. So we have Mr. Paul in there, toting the rock, Joshua Paul. And it's a 2nd and 5 coming up here. Cochran's going to throw. Cochran has a wide open man coming out of the backfield. Nice spin move by Mordellis. And he will get the 1st down out to the 11-yard line.
And the little guy making a big play for himself and picking up the 1st down. Good enough. So yeah, that was impressive, Eric. That was a nice play.
Be sure to check out the ScoreStream app, official live scoring app of the SFL, presented by APM Music. Free to download from both the Android and Apple stores. Feel free to check that out. As Cochran throws in another interception, that's going into the house. Boyka with his 2nd of the day. Touchdown, Fury.
Oh my goodness. Interception City. That being said, it's interception against the hometown. Ron Cochran throws his 4th interception. Oh my, fans are in disbelief. This is not the Ron Cochran that they know. Because, this game is gonna be the game of their nightmares.
I mean, this is literally boggling my mind here, Mark. Like, I don't understand what we're witnessing here, as Vegas is about to take a 17-point lead over Alaska just in the first half. Snap high, but down and up and through as Rage knocks through the extra point. So it is a 17-point lead for the Las Vegas Fury over the Alaska Storm. Who would have saw this coming?
Yeah, no. And there might be a couple teams who are banking on Las Vegas losing this game to increase their chances of getting to the playoffs. But those teams are mad because it almost looks like Alaska's giving the game to Las Vegas.
Fielded from about the 1, Como is going to get stood up right at about the 24-yard line. 2:43 left on the clock for them to work with. And Mark, I mean, Ron Cochran is normally good. But throwing 4 picks today in just the first half, what do they got to do to turn it around?
I'm not sure. I think they have to go back to the basic level. They just have to wake up. They don't want to go into the playoffs with the terrible taste in their mouth because it just might affect their playoff run negatively.
Fats Johnson getting in there with a good stop. That's 2nd and 10 coming up here. And that's, man, oh man, this Fury defense has just come out to play today as we get a look at Levon Irvine going to his linebacker spot. Approaching the 2-minute warning, Cochran under center, 3 wideouts, 2 towards the top of the screen. Deep drop, he's going to throw it over the middle of the field. That's caught, and they're going to throw a flag for a late hit.
Ooh. But yeah, this Las Vegas defense, as you said, playing really well, and the result of that is that they're able to get their offense lots of rest. We have not seen the Las Vegas offense in the last, 5 minutes? No, we have.
It's been a good while.
It's been a while. But yeah, that's what defense does, man. That's what good defense does.
2-minute warning, 24-7 your score. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. As we come out of the 2-minute warning, you're just joining us, welcome. Eric Vinson alongside Marc Lopez, a bit of a shocker here. The 6-4 Vegas Fury riding a 4-game winning streak, up big over the Alaska Storm, the undefeated Alaska Storm. As Cochran will hand it off to Paul, who gets absolutely leveled. Marek Itera getting in there and absolutely blowing him up.
All right, and when you think of games that are one-sided, you sometimes think that, oh, they were just blown out by incredible offense. They outscored them well, but Las Vegas is outscoring Alaska, but that's pretty much care off the very impressive defense that we have seen so far, Eric.
So 2nd and 12 now, clock still running as we approach a minute and a half. Cochran, another quick handoff and another quick tackle, this time by Mike Fats Johnson, dragging him down behind the line as we get a look at his stat line so far. 4 tackles, 2 for a loss already.
Nice, and yeah, just those tackles for losses. The loss of their fullback is really hurting Alaska, Eric, and I think they're hoping that they didn't get that injury on him.
Cochran gonna throw deep down the middle, and almost another pick. Max Jackson, already with 1 to his credit today, almost got himself another one, and that's going to be 4th down with 1:01 left on the clock.
What can I say? This Alaska or this Las Vegas defense, they're everywhere. Ron Cochran is probably thinking, guys, run your routes better, because wherever he looks, there's a guy covering.
2-2 to punt again. Good hang time on that as Jackson fields it right at about the 20-yard line. He'll get about 3 yards before he gets dragged down. 53 seconds left to go here. Again, if you're just joining us, star fullback Jason Williams for the Alaska Storm knocked out of the game. He will not be returning. And that leaves a couple backup running backs for Ron Cochran to deal with here. As we get a look at Big Sexy, he has been good so far. Not good enough, though, as the Vegas Fury defense have been putting up points galore today. 1st down for Rahman. Quick throw, and he's got blades. Not able to drag his foot, so it'll be incomplete. 50 seconds left in the 1st half.
All right, shout out to Brett Funk in chat, making a very good point. Alaska is probably playing a little, conservative for the 1st half because they just don't want to they just don't want to have more losses before halftime, already with 3 injuries, So it's tough playing a team with 3 men down.
Rahman, another quick throw. This time he's got the completion of Blades. Blades gets stood up and will be dragged down at about the 30-yard line. That was Carroll with the stop. And looking over in the chat, Mark, I see Optimus Klein saying, "We don't want to football today."
It's one of those days where, if you know the song, I just don't want to do anything, by Bruno Mars. They just don't want the football.
Time trickling away here in the 1st half. Rahman gonna throw, and that was a dangerous throw. I don't know if you saw that, but I was watching it the whole way, and that'll fall incomplete there, 4th down.
That was a dangerous throw, and good on the defender. I couldn't catch his name, of just putting his hands up and defending or deflecting that pass.
So McRack will punt with 12 seconds frozen on the clock. Alaska will not rush the punter as they will set up a return. Como shifting around, and he will make it out to the 31-yard line where there will be 4 seconds left to go. And while we got a little bit of break here, be sure to check out Richard's Printworks, official SFL gear provider. Be sure to get custom shirts, polos, jackets. Anything is possible and built just for you. Be sure to check them out there at the bottom of the screen. JD Richards himself having a newborn. Want to congratulate him on the newborn. Hope they're all doing healthy at home. Handoff to Paul, and he will get dragged down at the 33. A quick timeout from Alaska with 1 second left to go. And, I mean, if that's not a look of shock, I don't know what is.
Right, Max Paul, the Alaska coach just thinking, what happened to the plays that we practiced? But, you know, I think this has been their unlucky day. 3 injuries already in the first half. It's tough. It's a tough game to play when all the odds are against you.
Another hand off there, and that one goes just about nowhere as Paul gets maybe a couple. Either way, that'll bring this first half to an end. What a crazy first half it is as the Vegas Fury take a 24-7 lead into the half. Chick Sports Halftime Show coming your way. We will be right back with the second half of action right after this. Don't go away. We're back in the eye of the storm here in Anchorage, Alaska. 57 degrees, nice and sunny. Hardly any wind at all. And Vegas will kick it away to the storm to start things off. If you just joined us, Eric Vinson alongside Marc Lopez here on the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Glad to have you guys along. A bit of a shocker here as the Vegas Fury jump out to a 24-7 lead over the #1 seed Alaska Storm in the playoffs, as Como will return it out to the 28-yard line. And Cochran's got to shake off the turnover bug here, Mark. He's been throwing plenty of picks to start things off.
Yeah, I agree, and I believe this is just a matter of changing mindset. I wonder if Ron Cochran is going into this with a non-competitive spirit, you know, just letting the game go. It's not an important game. It's not their game to lose. But yeah, we don't want to see him just play poorly nonetheless.
Well, that's certainly a good start, finding the right colored jersey on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. Robert Merrill with a catch for a first down out to the 40.
Yeah, good find right there, and as well, credit to Robert Merrill just running his route, finding the route that made him wide open, and the quick pass from Ron Cochran. You're sure to you're sure to get that to the receiver.
Ron Cochran throwing 4 picks in the first half. 1 return for a touchdown by Boyka. The opposite corner from Eric Itera, so it's certainly a good play from the Vegas Fury as another one is coming back. Max Jackson's going to take it all the way to the house. Nordellis, the only one that catched him. Is he going to? He will not. Fury score another touchdown. 30-7 your score.
Is this a dream, Eric? What?
Someone pinch me. Pinch me. Ow! Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, we're not dreaming.
We're not, but how often do you see 5 ints in a game, 2 of which result in a return touchdown? What the heck?
Well, and Max Jackson is the return man, so obviously he knows how to kind of duck and weave his way through traffic, and you definitely saw it there. And obviously, him being the strong safety of the group here, already 1 interception to his credit. That's number 2, and that one going for 6, man. Shoot.
Good stuff. 6 ints.
So a high snap for the extra point. Doesn't matter as Rage knocks it through. 31-7 now your score. That's now 5 picks for Ron Cochran today, and he has just not looked like himself at all.
Yeah, and you look at the score, 31 points. You know, almost half of those points did not come from the offense. That just goes to show, you know, how much they are dominating this Alaska team.
Absolutely. Without those 2 pick sixes, I mean, it's a much more manageable ball game. But obviously, you can't turn back time as Como gets absolutely leveled there on the return out to the 26-yard line. And, well, let's start things off again for Alaska, see what they can do, as the pick 6 was not what they were looking for on the other side of the half. Cochran rallying the troops, getting up to the line. 1st and 10 from the 26. Cochran to throw. Throws it over the middle. Another dangerous throw. Somehow completes it and gets it out to the 38-yard line for a first down. Galliano with a nice catch.
I'm guessing, Eric, that before this game in the locker room, the guys challenged Ron to keep throwing into double or triple coverages, because he's been throwing dangerous passes all night, 5 of which has been punished.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. Of course, it doesn't help when your star fullback goes down out for the game. So, you know, maybe he feels like he has to throw the ball a little bit more as he throws it again. This time it falls incomplete as Como was the intended receiver on the play.
Right, and a little bit of unfortunate turn of events again for Alaska. That almost looked like a good catch. The ball was in Como's hands, just unable to grab it and secure it. So yeah, now 2nd and 10.
4 wideouts for Cochran, empty backfield as he's under center. Cochran to throw, good protection, throws it over the middle, he's got a seam. Out to the 42-yard line of Vegas, and that was a good throw and catch there from Cochran.
Yeah, good throw and catch indeed. And Cochran just throwing the ball with no regard for whether it's safe or not, and this one time, it's a good pass.
Well, he had a hole there, kind of behind the second level of the defense. So might as well throw it that way as we get a look at Max Jackson. 2 interceptions, 1 going to the house. Cochran's going to line up under center, 2 backs in the backfield this time, 3 wideouts, 2 towards the bottom of your screen. Cochran, short drop. He's going to throw it over the middle. Another dangerous pass completed as Levant Irvine was in the area. A couple other Fury members were in the area, but a gain of 7.
You know, if you're an Alaska fan watching this, you know, I imagine you just have sweaty palms from minute 1 because those passes have been on the brink, you know, of danger.
Cochran hands it off. Paul trying to find his way through the hole, and he will get first down yardage out to the 31-yard line of Alaska. So the Storm driving here.
Yeah, and one small success at a time, converting on first downs on that one play. Paul running patiently, getting his blockers to develop, and picking up a first down. So yeah, small victories will hopefully get them the bigger victory.
Just a little bit at a time. Keep on chugging along. Same formation for Cochran. He's going to throw again. It's tipped up in the air and incomplete. He was looking towards the left-hand side for Klein. Marc Itera tips that, and it falls incomplete.
And, wow, Marc Itera, I think that is his 2nd pass deflection on this game, which would put him up at 12 pass deflections this season. So this guy, you know, we keep saying he is one. He's going to be the key player to stop the passing strengths of Alaska.
2nd and 10, handoff to Paul. Paul weaving his way around blockers, and he will get 2 or 3 out to the 28 as we get a look at his rushing numbers compared with the great Robert Redford.
Yeah, probably not the best comparison. Robert Redford has just been a beast. It looks like his numbers look great, but funny thing is we haven't seen him much on the field.
No, we have not. It's been all defense here for the Fury. Cochran to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle again with a catch. This time it's Merrill out to the 16-yard line into the SFL red zone.
Yeah, and Cochran remembering what it felt like in that one drive in the first half where they scored. You know, just making those smart decisions, waiting for his receiver to make himself open, and just throwing a sharp pass. And we know he can do that. We know he can make those plays, those sharp passes, accurate passes, and he converts on that one.
Under center, Cochran going to sling it out to his running back. That's Paul, and probably should have just let that one go. He does make the catch, but it's going to be a loss of 1 as he falls out of bounds.
Right, yeah, I agree. He could have just let it go, but yeah, I don't know. That was a little bit of a questionable play. Probably thought that Paul would have enough agility to spin and make extra yard gain, but that was not the case in this one.
Offset I formation for Cochran. 6 men in the box for Vegas. Cochran's going to sling it out, and Paul gets absolutely leveled out there. That was Max Jackson coming up and laying the wood.
An almost similar play, but this time the other side of the field. And again, this Las Vegas defense, they're not giving an inch to Alaska. They've given up a few big passes, but on the running play, boy, have they shut them down.
3rd and long now, empty backfield, 4 wideouts, Cochran under center. 4 will rush, Cochran throws it in the middle, and that's caught for a touchdown. Optimus Klein gets the Storm back on the board.
Oh, yeah, that was a good pass overall. I think the Las Vegas defense caught with their pants down a bit because I only saw one guy covering that play the whole time. Well, I guess now that we take a look at the replay, it was a double coverage, but a good pass, and Optimus Klein outrunning the guys in coverage.
So Brechet will line up for the extra point to make it a 17-point ball game.
Oof, 17 points.
I know, it sounds like a lot for a Storm team that has not been playing from behind often. And they will knock that through. 31-14, your score. The Vegas Fury have just been all over the Storm offense today. Not this time, though, as Cochran connects with Klein in the back of the end zone for a touchdown.
We can look at this another way, Eric, in that this can be a test for Alaska for a future playoff game where they find themselves behind. Because of the teams that are already in the playoffs, there are a couple who are, might just pose a threat to their chances of winning the championship.
Oh, most definitely. And shoot, Vegas very clearly is a playoff caliber team. Whether they make the playoffs or not, that remains to be seen, as we've got one more week of SFL regular season action coming up next week. Be sure to keep an eye out on the Discord channel for the schedule. If you haven't signed up for our Discord channel, please do so. It's simulationfl.net. It will be towards the bottom of the screen there. 1st and 10. Cochran that's Rahman, and he throws out to the 25-yard line for a 3-yard gain.
And we see the stats right here. John Blades averaging more than 10 yards per reception. So, yeah, he has been the favorite target of Tom Pepper. I keep saying Tom Pepper. Tom Rahman. What's wrong with me, Eric?
I mean, it's a normal mistake. They're both food items, both Toms. I totally get it. 2nd and 7, turnaround handoff to Redford, who hurdles a defender and just goes flying off to the races, out to the 39-yard line of Vegas. Good play there by the highest paid player in the SFL.
Yeah, and actually a little unseen play is that hurdle was because the defensive line was pulled backwards by the offensive line, which forced them to go down the ground, and that opened that one opening for Redford. Just found it and took the opportunity.
I formation this time for Rahman and company. Rahman going to throw deep, and he's throwing an interception. Carroll with the pick, and he's going the other way. Dragged down at the Vegas 44. Evan Carroll puts his team back in business.
It's not a lot of times that we say don't sleep on Alaska, because no one has been sleeping on them. But in this game, don't write them off. Don't sleep on them, because they might just bring this back.
Well, and that play was tough too, Mark. It just looked like he had overthrown him from the start. It looks like Rahman had just overthrown his receiver from the start as he was playing catch-up, and Evan Carroll just backpedaling the whole time, able to just snatch it out of the air. 1st and 10 from the 44. Handoff to Paul. Paul running into some trouble immediately, somehow making it out to the line of scrimmage, where it will be 2nd and 10 coming up.
And I wonder why Alaska is still utilizing Paul, because Las Vegas just has Alaska's number in terms of the running play. They stop it at every single opportunity.
Cochran under center. 3 wideouts. He's going to throw it to Paul coming out of the backfield. Spin move. Another one. And he'll get dragged down by Levant Irvine at about the 38-yard line.
That was a great spin move right there by Paul, making the defender miss. And he gives the team a chance with 3rd and 4. Quite manageable. We'll see what Ron Cochran does.
Third and 4 from the 38. Offset I formation for Cochran. Short drop for him. He's going to throw it over the middle, and a completion out to the 29 of Vegas. Storm are moving on this drive.
Yeah, they are moving. And again, that one this time was to Robert Merrill. This guy has been the completion machine of Ron Cochran. Ron Cochran has thrown 5 ints, but of the passes that were not ints, and were targeted to Robert Merrill. I think almost all of them were completions.
3 wideouts for Cochran to work with. He throws it towards the top of the screen. That's a completion again out to the 23-yard line. Cochran finally starting to find a little groove here as he finds Merrill once again.
Again, yeah, that's right. Merrill again. It's going to be Cochran and Merrill connecting for those key passes, and then Cochran making a big play to Optimus Klein. That's how I see them making another score for this game.
Cochran, deep drop. He's going to throw it deep over the middle, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Optimus Klein in the back of the end zone. That's going to be a 3rd down coming up.
And I appreciate that Cochran was trying to prove my prediction right by making that big pass to Klein. But, yeah, Klein was a little too late to the party, too late to the destination, which is actually credit to Las Vegas Fury defense, just stopping him and running his route.
3rd down, offset I formation, 2 wideouts towards the bottom. Cochran's going to throw it that way, and he's got a 1st down and more. Optimus Klein out to the 15-yard line into the SFL red zone for another 1st down.
Yeah, that was a good play, and keep in mind if Alaska makes this score and the 1-point conversion, puts them up at just 10 points behind Las Vegas, which suddenly sounds very manageable.
Well, considering where they've been this game, I mean, anything sounds manageable compared to that. 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Cochran scrambling. He's going to throw over to Nordellis, who gets about a yard and not much more as he gets dragged out of bounds.
Yeah, good defense right there. Just forcing Ron Cochran to make the least desirable play, throwing to his running back right there. Only a pickup of 1 yard. So yeah, this defense, they just have to solidify their end zone defense, because this Alaska team, it's one of their strengths, just scoring.
Cochran, quick handoff, and that defense was all over it. Paul was going absolutely nowhere as he loses a ton of yards. 3rd and long coming up.
I wonder if Ron Cochran misread the defense right there. Although if he kept the ball for himself, the tackle would have been coming for his way instead. So, yeah, overall, that was a great defense by Las Vegas again.
3rd and 14, still inside the SFL red zone. Throws it over the middle into triple coverage. Almost another pick by Max Jackson. Incomplete, though. 4th down is coming up.
And finally, Las Vegas gets a stop on this drive. Although Alaska gets, is going to settle for 3 points. Still, they're making it tougher for Alaska to get back into this game.
Very, very close to being another pick there. But Brechet will have a chance here. Should be a fairly easy field goal for him, a 36-yarder. This to narrow the gap to 14. Snap was low. Kick is still up, and it is through from 36. So we've now got a 14-point ball game here, and the plot thickens, Mark. Don't count out the storm.
Yeah, definitely. 14 points is just 2 touchdowns, and if you know what Alaska can do is score. They have been the scoring machine, number 2 scoring team in this season. So yeah, Las Vegas, you guys have to keep your hands, or you got to keep your hands on the reins. Be in control, maintain control of the game.
Max Jackson going to field it from just inside his own end zone. He will bring it upfield past the 20 out to the 25-yard line, where the Fury offense will take over once again. If you're just joining us, Eric Vinson alongside Marc Lopez here, and Ron Cochran throwing 5 interceptions, 2 of them going back to the house. The Fury offense has just not been on the field a ton today. because the defense has been setting them up for points.
Yeah, I agree. And Andy in chat puts it best. If Alaska's defense can get this stop, then they still have a chance of getting back into this. But again, Redford, we see it on display, making big running play, securing that big yardage gain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As he goes right up the middle of the field, dragging down bodies, throwing people to the turf. I mean, this is what we've seen from Robert Redford.
Yeah, it's like a literal minotaur, just running through anyone who tries to stop him.
So now a fresh set of downs into enemy territory from the 49 of Alaska. Redford with another handoff. This time he goes next to nowhere as he'll get marked down at the 48. Only a gain of 1. Tackle on the play by Majesty.
Yeah, and again, Las Vegas is showing that even if we have a great defense, we still have that, great offense to complement it.
Rahman to throw this time. Moving around in the pocket, throws it over the middle of the field. That was a dangerous throw, as it could have easily been picked off by Tobin. Falls incomplete, though. 3rd and long coming up.
Right, and Tom Rahman sort of taking a page out of Ron Cochran's books, throwing the pass into some dangerous coverage right there.
Robert Redford wanting the ball. We'll see if they give it to him here. Probably not on a 3rd and long. 4 wideouts this time for the Fury. Rahman in trouble. Big Sexy's got a hold of him, and he's going down. Not just anyone escapes the grasp, but Big Sexy, and certainly not Tom Rahman as he goes down. A 4th and long coming up.
Right, and when Alex Dominguez has his hands on you, you're going down, baby. Alex Dominguez makes the key stop right here. Now they have a chance to bring the ball back on their side and, again, score for themselves.
So Alaska gets an important stop here, forces the McRack punt. McRack has already pinned them back deep once. We'll see if he can do it again. It's going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line, and he will go just a yard further as Como gets marked down at the 16 with 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
And Eric, with 2 touchdowns left worth of points for Alaska to overcome, and with only 1 quarter left, they're sort of being pressured to make those touchdowns. So they don't want to settle for field goals because that still keeps them 2 scores down.
Now is definitely the time, Mark, as we've got 3 wideouts at the bottom of the screen for Cochran. Short drop. He's got his man over the middle of the field wide open as he's able to make it past the 1st down marker out to the 27. That's Como again.
Yeah, and it's, Como, 6'6", the tall guy. Ron Cochran just throws that over the line, and when you have that big of a target, it's very easy to just dump the ball to him, and a good play right there. Como doing his own work, getting the 1st down as well.
And with that, we have hit the end of the 3rd quarter. Score at the end of 3, 31-17 in favor of the Fury. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. So we switch sides of the field. Eric Vinson alongside Marc Lopez for this 4th quarter of action here. Can Vegas hold on to pull off the upset? Let's find out as Cochran throws it out to Optimus Klein, who is able to step out of bounds just past the 1st down marker, and that will move the sticks.
And that was a great route run by Optimus Klein, just keeping his run along that 1st down line, not breaking his line, breaking his route, and picking up the 1st down. So, yeah, good individual play from both of them.
Empty backfield for Cochran, 4 wideouts. Cochran to throw, pressure coming. He's going to throw it towards the right. He's got his man, Como, and Max Jackson was the one to bring him down. big chunk of yards out to the 34-yard line. First down.
And boy, oh boy, a storm is a brewing here in Alaska because this team is smelling another touchdown.
$14-point ball game here in the fourth quarter. Offset I formation for Cochran. Cochran to throw. He's going to do a quick pass out to the left-hand side. Klein again with another grab. Marc just shy of the first down marker. 2nd and inches coming up here as we get a look at the quarterback numbers today.
That's what you want to see from one of your star receivers. You know, making a catch along the sideline and doing the work to extend that play and pick up extra yards, because otherwise you would have just picked up 4. But no, Optimus Klein, being the beast that he is, picks up extra yards, 2nd and inches.
From the 24 of Las Vegas. Handoff. Gets stopped right behind the line. Not able to get anything on that play is Paul, and it will be a 3rd and 1 coming up from the 25. Good play by Scott.
Yeah, good defense right there. And I understand Alaska going for a running play because it's just a few inches. But against this Las Vegas team, we have been saying they have been one of the premier rushing defensive teams. It's going to be tough pushing even inches.
Another handoff, and he just barely gets enough for the first down. Joshua Paul will move the sticks for the Alaska Storm, and it'll be a first down from the 24 of Vegas.
And just as you said, barely enough. Oh, that's what I was thinking. It almost looked like it wasn't a first down.
The Fury are challenging the spot of the ball.
And we will have to see as Max Jackson throws the challenge flag out on the middle of the field. We'll get another look here. Oh, I don't know.
Looks like the right foot, but does the... They might just overturn this.
I don't know. We'll have to see what the head referee has to say.
The call on the field is overturned.
Oh, wow.
Fourth down.
And another bounce going the Fury's way. As you hear the reaction from the home crowd here, it suddenly got very, very loud. As it is now 4th and inches for the Storm. And that will bring out a Brechet field goal attempt as opposed to the offense staying on the field to possibly get in the end zone again.
Right. Well, fortunately for Alaska, they still have 9 minutes and 22 seconds to make, a big play. Because this is going to put them down, 11 points, which is a field goal, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion at the very least.
And Brechet does his job. He knocks it through here as we get another look right down the middle. And you're absolutely right there, Marc. A touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal would be what this team would need to just simply tie the game, let alone take the lead. Vegas is kind of reeling after that fiery first half. We have not seen much from them coming out in the second half. We'll have to see what Tom Rahman and company have to say as Max Jackson will return this ball out to the 22-yard line, and that is where the Fury will take over on offense.
If I had to guess what Las Vegas plans to do for the remaining of this quarter is to just drag out the game, because as long as they pressure Alaska on making tough plays, then it's going to make them harder to, to close the gap on the 11-point lead that Las Vegas already has.
2 backs in the backfield for Rahman. Rahman throws quickly, and he's got his man, Brett Funk. A diving reception out to the 40-yard line as we get a look at both wide receivers for the Fury.
Right, and Tom Rahman, he's been playing great this game. He's not being pressured by the one end that he threw, because he knows that it's still better than the 5 ends that Ron Cochran threw. So still maintaining composure, making a big play, just extending their play or their drive.
Still plenty of time on the clock here. 8:42 in counting as Redford gets a handoff, and he'll get stood up. I believe Big Sexy was in on the pressure, but we'll have Lurkin coming up and making a play there, as it's going to be 2nd and 8.
And only 2 yards picked up, but still, Las Vegas is fine with this. Just drain the clock slowly but sure.
Rahman to throw off his back foot over towards the left, tipped and incomplete. A dangerous throw looking for Blades, but Evan Carroll was up to the job.
Yeah, it was a dangerous pass. Well, the way he released it was also a bit strange. I think the one defender was about to hit him, which resulted in an underthrown pass.
Third and 8 now from the 42. Trips towards the top of the screen for Rahman. Pressure coming. Rahman stands tall, and he goes down. Big Sexy breaking through the defense once again, and he drags down the quarterback for another sack.
Is this his 4th sack already? I think probably his 4th one of the night. Woo, another key stop by Alaska.
Man, oh man, so that's another stop for the Storm defense, finally showing some life here. As the Vegas Fury are forced to punt, McRack hoping to pin them back deep. Fielded at about the 20 is Como, and he will bring it up the field. Mark him down probably around the 25-yard line. There's a good punt there by Dustin McRack.
And, you know, with that very quick sack, it also means that the Alaska defense gave their offense more time to mount a comeback.
And an SFL alert coming in from headquarters. 21 straight points for the Dallas Lobos have now tied things up against the Tallahassee Pride. So we're getting 2 really good ball games going head-to-head here right now. 31-20 your score here for the Fury as Fats Johnson gets in there on the stop. 2nd down coming up here.
Oh, it's interesting that Dallas is in the same situation as Alaska. I wonder if they also threw 5 ends.
3 wide receivers for Cochran. He's going to throw left. Spin move. What a great spin move it was. Out past the 1st down marker. They'll mark him at about the 38-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down for the Storm.
Just like the hurricane, he just puts everyone in the spin cycle. Spins right there, makes the defender miss. It makes him look silly. Oh boy, Como, what a good player.
Things are getting a little dicey here, Mark. I don't know. Cochran under center on 1st down. Hand off to Paul, who gets a good chunk of yards. They'll get out, I believe, to about the 42-yard line where they will mark him down. 2nd down coming up.
That's fine. 2nd and 8. They might just go for another short drop pass for a pickup of 5 yards or 4 yards. It's fine because if they make another big play to Klein or Como, it's fine for them.
Another handoff to Paul. Paul getting good yardage. Close to the 1st down marker. I believe they'll mark him just shy. It'll be 3rd down coming up.
Now, this is an interesting position because, as we've seen in the previous drive, with inches remaining on 1st down, they have struggled, whether it be through Paul or Nerdullas. I want to see them make a passing play on this one play.
Another handoff. I don't think that he got the 1st down. We'll have to see what the spot is, but I think that defense came in pretty quick and knocked him down.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It might look like they can do it, but without their star fullback with them, it's tough, and they go for a punt.
And it will be 4th down. Another punt for Tutu as they will try and pin him back. Fielded just shy of the 20-yard line, and I don't think he'll get much more than that. Maybe to the 20 will be Max Jackson. And Tom Rahman and company will come out onto the field as we are here in the fourth quarter of action live in Anchorage, Alaska. Hoping to get that replay ticker off the scoreboard there. Guy down in the truck, we should probably give him a hot dog or something. That way he stops revolting against us.
Right.
Trips towards the top of the screen. Rahman will hand it off to Robert Redford, who throws down a defender, runs through another, and he's going through one more. Is he going all the way? Evan Carroll, the only one that could get him down, and he will. Down at the 19-yard line, Robert Redford with another huge run.
This guy's a truck. He's just running over everyone just falls down to below him. I think this is the third one, and this one. Woo boy, and a touchdown saving play right here. But boy, oh boy, is Las Vegas turning the heat back on.
And right after we see old Robert Redford himself in the chat saying, please run the clock. Oh, baby, did we?
Run the clock. He's going to run up the score as well.
And we're getting a buzz from headquarters. Roughly about 5 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Like I said, hopefully we'll get that replay ticker off of the scoreboard there. Regardless, 1st and 10 from the 19 after that long Redford run. Redford will make it out. Probably a gain of 4 on that play. Out to around the 15-yard line. 2nd down.
Right, and he, in that one play, he drags 2 defenders with him before going down. He just said, I'm tired of not making any yardage gains. I'm going to do the work, make these kind of plays. He's just a beast in this last few minutes.
I formation this time for Rahman and company. Handoff again to Redford. Defense ready for it that time as he'll get dragged down right at the line of scrimmage. Almost at the double century mark today here, Mark.
Yeah, and it is indeed very impressive from him. And as we said, despite not seeing him a lot on the field because of the great defense of Las Vegas, he still manages to pull out almost 200 yards out of his pocket. So this guy, he's going to be one of the players that if they go to the playoffs will be their carry players.
Another I formation for the Fury. 3rd down. Handoff to Redford, who gets absolutely stuffed. He goes nowhere and will, in fact, lose some yards. Believe that was DJ Majesty getting in there on the stop. And it's going to be a 4th down field goal attempt here, Mark.
Right, and Alaska defense just reading that play well. And now they limit Las Vegas to just 3 points. But now that puts them at 2 touchdowns away from tying the game. So it's getting tougher and tougher for them to come back into this game.
Got to see if he makes it first. Matt Rage on the field. This will be about a 32 or 33-yarder. Kick is up and away, and it is a good from 33. And that will be a 2-touchdown lead for the Fury as we get another look here.
Woo. That's going to be a steep mountain to climb for Alaska.
I'm just trying to catch my breath, man. So much has happened in this ball game. I mean, only thing we're missing is maybe a return for a touchdown. Don't blink. It might happen.
Right. It might. And if anything to happen it pretty much can happen to Alaska.
Como will bring it out to about the 25-yard line. Hey, we got our scoreboard back. 2:22 left remaining in the ball game, so a very steep hill to climb, as you were mentioning, Mark, for the Storm to tie things up.
Yeah, they better start brewing a miracle, making those quick, long passes down the field and making, big points just to come back into this.
Cochran to throw over the middle, and that could have very easily been a defensive pass interference. No flags on the field. Robert Merrill was the intended receiver. 2nd down.
Right, as he said, that could have been a defensive penalty, but it wasn't. So we're just gonna call it a good, good defensive play overall, stopping that big pass because, boy, if they just let Ron Cochran pick up steam and let his receivers run wild, they might be just sorry for this game.
Second down, Cochran to throw again, throwing that deep ball, and this time it's a completion. A long completion going down to the 35. Optimus Klein, the receiver on that play, and Vegas was going for the big play, and they just whiffed on it.
That almost looked like the defender came down with the end, but no. The ball misses the defender. Klein comes down with the completion, makes a big yardage gains, and now they're at the 35 yards of Las Vegas. Very manageable, and I wouldn't be surprised if they could convert this into a touchdown.
Well, on top of that, it gets out of bounds, stops the clock, so they got 2:11 left to go here from the 35. Cochran's going to throw. He's got a man over the middle of the field, which will move the sticks. They're trying to get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. I don't think they're going to get it, though. And they will not, as we have hit the 2-minute warning here in Anchorage. The eye of the storm, the site for this crazy ball game. 34-20 your score. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. My apologies, ladies and gents, as we lost the stream there momentarily. Got it back. If you happen to miss that last play, it was a completion for a touchdown. So a 34-27 scores. The Storm line up for an onside kick. Vegas will field it and receive it at the 42-yard line of Alaska. Still plenty of time here on the clock with all 3 timeouts for both squads.
Yeah, that last play, if you guys missed it, was it was a great pass down the middle, and I believe it was Como. I was either Como or Klein. I missed it myself because of how excited I was with that one play. That one touchdown puts them 7 points behind.
So a good run out to the 38-yard line, gain of 4. And first timeout being called for by Alaska. Offset I formation for Rahman. 2nd and 6. Minute 52 frozen on the clock. Redford almost squeaked out of the tackler there, but he gets dragged down behind the line. 3rd and 7 coming up as the Storm call their second timeout. 3rd and 7 coming up here.
And if they come away with the stop of this one, they're forcing Las Vegas with a very long field goal if ever they attempt a field goal.
Still an offset I. Minute 48 left to go. 3rd and 7. Storm need the stop here, and they'll get it. They'll call their final timeout out of field goal range. McRack will have to punt it away. And Alaska still with a good chance to tie things up and send this thing into overtime.
I think, Eric, I think the big lead that they gave Las Vegas in the first half was just them saying, guys, let's make this game interesting. We've been blowing out teams left and right. Let's make this an interesting game, because so far this turn of events has been very interesting.
And it's only getting more interesting as the Fury down the punt. Actually, the punt gets kicked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. So Alaska is going to have forever and a day to go in order to tie this thing up with no timeouts.
Ooh. So, Alaska fans, you guys better clench your thingies, because this is going to be a tough mountain to climb.
Cochran stepping up. This might be flagged for an illegal forward pass. We'll have to see what the call is. He was very close to the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball, Marc.
Yeah, very much so. I believe that it's going to be called that as well.
Number 3, offhand.
Ooh, not what you want to see.
And the important part is a loss of down there, so it'll be second down. And they'll move the ball back possibly to the 1, depending on how they spot it.
The replay booth will review the previous play. Whether the passer
It looks like the booth is going to take a look at this just in case.
And our cameraman, everyone in the truck is off the game. Cameraman not viewing the camera on our referee. Well, but I didn't see if he made that one.
After review, the passer was behind the line of scrimmage at the time of the throw.
Oh,
All right,
baby.
so no penalty as the booth overturns the call. So that's an incredible call there, as it was a completed pass, so it's going to be second and short coming up here. And that might have been just a little bit of luck that the Storm needed here, as it's second and 1 from about the 11. Cochran to throw. He's going to throw deep. Ball is tipped in the air and incomplete. Good defense by Anthony Wayo.
Yeah, that's right. Anthony Wayo. You know, if anyone asks, why is Las Vegas a great defensive team? Anthony Wayo. He's Wayo.
So here we go, 3rd and 1 from the 10. Minute 28 frozen on the clock. Play action for Cochran, pressure coming. He's got a man on the left-hand side as he runs out of bounds, just shy of the 20-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Storm.
Oh boy, Eric, I'm watching this at the edge of my seat because every single play by Alaska is going to be very critical and inching closer and closer to the end zone. With 1 minute 23 seconds, still a lot of time. And you know, a good play in the last play as well, just running out of bounds, stopping the clock.
4 wideouts for Cochran. 1 back in the backfield. He's changing things up at the line. 5 in the box for the Fury. They're going to send 4. Tipped in the air on the pass towards the right, and that's incomplete. Boyka, who has a pick 6 already to his name today, was trying to get another one.
And that was another scary pass by Ron Cochran. If you're at the edge of, you know, tying the game, that's not the kind of pass you want to see. But, you know, they still have 2 more chances at converting on this 1st down and extending their drive.
Free play as Cochran gets him to jump off sides. He's going to throw quickly over to the back, which is Paul. No, I'm sorry, that's Nordellis. Regardless, they're going to get a free 5 yards here on the offsides.
And Las Vegas, I think, a little bit of nervousness because they know that this 1 touchdown is going to be the critical one. If Alaska gets this touchdown, they're going to have momentum going into overtime if it stays this way. So Las Vegas caught a little nervous on that 1 play, I believe, Eric.
So a 2nd and 5. Lining up at the 23. 4 wideouts, empty backfield for Cochran. Cochran to throw. Quick throw over to the left, and he's got a man. I don't know if he kept his feet in bounds, but that was Optimus Klein with the 1st down catch. I'm sure the booth will go and review this.
But if it is a good, if it is a good catch, it looks like they're gonna give it to them. Boy, that sets them up for a very good chance at converting this drive.
Man, I thought for sure they were going to go ahead and take a look at this, Mark. Regardless, 1st down. Cochran's going to throw. Diving attempt made, and it's incomplete. I thought Como held on to it, but a good effort there by the wide receiver. As we've got a small amount of time left, we'll see what we can do with the scoreboard malfunction there. Minute and change left to go for sure.
Right, as you said, good effort right there, but ooh, a little bit of unfortunate turn of events. Just dropping the ball, at least it stops the clock.
Cochran with 2 backs on either side. He's going to throw, and that's incomplete. Robert Merrill, the intended receiver, but once again, great coverage by the Fury secondary.
And now this is tough for Alaska because 3rd and long. They definitely have to convert in 10 yards in this one play and extend their drive because that's what they need. They need to make a touchdown to come back into this game and win it.
Trips towards the bottom of the screen for the Storm. 3rd down. Cochran to throw. He's going to try deep once again. That's batted down and incomplete. 4th down coming up here. 1 minute exactly left on the clock.
So, yeah, this is actually great defense by Las Vegas right there. Stopping any hope of a comeback. That's what it looks like with only 1 minute left and the ball back and going back to Las Vegas. Probably. No, it looks like they kept their offense on the field.
Yeah, they have to go for it here. 4th and 10 with a minute left. No timeouts. Cochran to throw. He's got the first down. Robert Merrill with a clutch catch, but he stays in bounds, so they will have to hurry up. Taking tons of time, eventually gets the ball spiked, and there's 43 seconds frozen on the clock. 2nd down coming up here for the Storm.
And how clutch can you be? Robert Merrill just picking up that pass. And it didn't even look like he was in the best position to make the catch. He was a little off-center, off of balance, making that catch. He still does it because that's why he is Mr. Clutch right there.
They've run this formation several times today. 4 wideouts, empty backfield. Cochran throws, batted down and incomplete. Max Jackson with the tipped pass there. 39 seconds left to go.
Good defense. And, you know, at the end of this game, the stat sheet's going to be filled with pass deflections by this Las Vegas secondary who have just been everywhere. They've just been a thorn to this, you know, passing offense by Alaska.
Cochran with trips towards the top of the screen. Cochran will throw again over the middle, and that's complete. 1st down. Down to the Vegas 33, but they need to hurry. 25 seconds. And he finally spikes it. 24 frozen on the clock.
Oh boy, Como on that play. He just runs down the field at blistering speed, picks up the pass, and a big yardage gain now. 33 yards from the end zone. Alaska, again, just gearing up to make another big play.
.24 seconds. Cochran throws. Got his man again! Are you kidding me? 15, 14, clock running. Cochran's got to get up and spike it. He does. 9 seconds left on the clock and a chance to tie this thing up. Unbelievable comeback from the Storm today.
This is going to be the comeback of the season. I mean, granted, this is the best team of the league so far, but boy, oh boy, coming down from what seems to be almost 3 scores, Alaska is still in this game.
Offset eye for Cochran. 3 wideouts, 9 seconds left on the clock. Cochran, short drop, diving attempt, and it falls incomplete. 7 seconds left.
Ooh, whew. Actually, I almost feel like that was better because even if it was a completion, it was a completion behind the end zone, meaning it was not a touchdown. They would have to set up again for another, for another play, which might have not been enough to come away with a touchdown.
3rd and 10, 2 backs in the backfield, 3 wideouts total, 2 towards the bottom of the screen. Cochran to throw, back of the end zone, wide open touchdown! And they are an extra point away from tying this ball game. Incredible!
Oh my, they did it. They tied this game. We said it, Eric. We called it. Don't sleep in Alaska. They're not out of this game. Woo!
And the secondary, which has been absolutely fantastic up until this point, just left a man wide open. And Jeff Como with the tying score. And we'll see if we can get this tying extra point here. Brechet kicks it through, and we have a tie ball game, 34-all, with 3 seconds left to go in regulation. Unbelievable.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable indeed.
Brechet's got everything lined up. And he boots it downfield. We might have some overtime here, partner. Fielded from about the goal line. Max Jackson, dangerous return man, but he will get dragged down at about the 25 or so. We've got more football coming. SFL overtime coming up. 34-all as we reach the end of regulation. Overtime coming up. Coin toss in just a second.
I'm ready for this. I have time set aside. I'm ready for this. I want to see. You know, this is gonna boil down to who is the clutcher team. Both teams have played very impressively this game so far, Eric.
And the Storm, the benefactor of the coin toss, as they will elect to receive. First score wins in the SFL. Still standard 11-minute quarters. And we will play until we have a winner, as Como brings it up to the 27-yard line, and that is where the Storm will take over for this first possession of overtime. Man, Mark, I don't think we thought we would get here today.
No, and I think the guys in the production booth were ready to pack their bags and, you know, set this as a ball game. But no, like, Alaska has more in store for us.
Cochran to throw. He's been magnificent this second half, but not this time, as Marc gets another interception. That is Cochran's 6th of the day.
Not the time that you want to throw an interception. Oh boy, because now Las Vegas are in very good position right now, 47 yards from their end zone. And oh boy, you know, it's gonna be up to Las Vegas to convert on this one.
Vegas with decent field position here. I formation, Redford with the handoff, gets absolutely pile-drived into the turf. DJ Majesty with the tackle, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Oh boy, I'm still coming back to that one interception. That was a great defensive play, because while we were reeling on that, Las Vegas just kicking up their defensive gears once again. It's what helped them get the lead in the first place.
Another handoff for Redford, gaping hole in the middle of the field, and he'll bring it out to the 45, where it's going to be a 3rd and short coming up as they creep into Alaska territory.
And good defensive play right there, preventing the advancement of the chains, forcing a 3rd down conversion. Because the closer that Las Vegas gets, the more probable it is for them to just go for a field goal.
Third and 2, empty backfield. Rahman in the gun. Rahman to throw. He's in trouble already. Throws it over to the sideline. Then there was a receiver in the area, but Funk was already out of bounds. Incomplete. It's going to be a 4th and short.
That was an interesting turn of events right there. Funk out of bounds already, even before the ball was thrown. If he was just in bounds, this would have been a different ball game, Eric.
Without a doubt, and unfortunately for Vegas, they have to punt here. McGrack has been very good today on special teams. They will try and pin back the Storm deep. Doesn't look like it's going to happen this time, though, as the ball will bounce harmlessly into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, it's an opportunity lost, but again, it's the Las Vegas defense on the field, and we know that they have been solid defensively. So, you know, this is tough because two teams are playing a tug of war. On one end, you have great defense. On the other, Alaska is just, you know, has just this great offensive potential.
First and 10, Cochran throwing an interception on the first play. Not this time, though, as he throws a dart over the middle of the field, which falls incomplete.
Ooh, that was a high-risk play if I've ever seen one. But sometimes, if you want to win games, it's going to be the team who makes those high-risk plays that gets rewarded.
Anthony Wayo has an interception today as well. Who doesn't have an interception for this Vegas defense? Alas, we are still in overtime as Cochran will throw quickly to his left. That is a completion to Como, who will get it out to the 26. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 coming up as we get a look at Como's numbers today.
Oh, very impressive, 163 yards. And I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a breakout run or reception this, you know, in the closing minutes or in the closing of these overtime and just break through 200. But yeah, great play on that one.
Only 5 in the box. They're going to send 4. Cochran's going to throw, and he's got his man! Robert Merrill! This might be it! Breaking tackles, only one man to beat, Mac Jackson, he can't do it! The comeback is complete! The Alaska Storm coming all the way back to win in overtime, 40-34, and move to 12-0.
Oh my goodness! My jaw dropped. The first tackle that was broken. 1, 2 more to come, but no bueno. Robert Merrill is clutch. Boy, oh boy. They did it. They did it, Eric.
And a quick note from headquarters, the Storm's 24-point comeback today, trailing 31-7, is the longest comeback, the largest comeback, excuse me, in league history. What a game to call tonight, partner.
Wow. 500 yards.
Absolutely unbelievable as we get a look at the 2K Sports post-game show. I mean, what is there to say? I mean, it's just unbelievable.
It is unbelievable indeed. Credit to both teams for putting up a great match. Still though, Las Vegas are very sad that they come away with a loss despite leading for most of the game, Eric, until the last, 30 seconds or last 8 seconds of the game where they gave up the game-tying touchdown. But still, they played an impressive game. They've played an impressive defense. Alaska, they're indeed the team to beat. Going to the playoffs, they're 12-0. What a game, Eric.
And Vegas moving down to 6-5. They are still in the playoff hunt. We will have to see what the updated playoff picture holds as we still have games coming up today. Stay tuned to both YouTube and Twitch for some more ball games in the SFL. But for now, we are done here in Alaska. Do we have any final thoughts, Mark, before the people go?
Nothing much. You know, this has been a great night. It is an honor to be casting with you, Eric, on this one. I just want to say to Las Vegas fans, it is not over. There is still a chance. But so keep your heads high because this game, we've seen lots of good stuff from Las Vegas.
So for Marc Lopez and our entire SFL crew deep in the heart of Texas, from Anchorage, Alaska, my name is Eric Vinson. Good night, everybody, and stay tuned to all the rest of the SFL games we got lined up for you tonight. Take care and good night.